All right, man. What's up, with y'all? We got last video today. Possibly, I don't know. I might leave this video after this. But we got 10, 15 stars that are still unsigned and where they need to go. 2026, man. See this.
Seeing a lot of the big dominoes fall doesn't mean that the action is over.
Joey Bosa could be that supplement with Aiden Hutchinson and really shore up that defensive line in Detroit.
Wait, Joey Bosa still. I don't even know that.
There are still proven starters sitting at home waiting for the phone to ring. So, let's take a look at who's still available and where they should land. Stephon Diggs, wide receiver. Let's get the elephant out of the room first. Yes, there's off-the-field baggage. Yes, he got released by the Patriots despite putting up over 1,000 yards. And yes, teams are clearly hesitant. But Stephon Diggs just caught 85 passes for 1,013 yards and helped to lead New England to the Super Bowl. That's not ancient history. That was 4 months ago. At the age of 32, he's not going to burn past corners like he did in Buffalo, but I mean, the route running is still elite. The Ravens make a little too much sense here. I mean, Baltimore has lacked a reliable second option opposite Zay Flowers since his emergence, and Diggs wouldn't have
I've been seeing most of the Ravens, though.
Since, well, he was released. Lamar Jackson could really use a seasoned chain mover who's been in big moments before. So a one-year prove-it deal in Baltimore would be the perfect redemption arc for Diggs. AJ Epinesa, edge.
Who, the Eagles?
Here's a name that doesn't get
the Eagles?
nearly enough attention. AJ Epinesa. The former second-round pick out of Iowa has quietly put together a solid career in Buffalo. 24.5 sacks, 4 interceptions across 6 seasons, 6'6" and 260 pounds. I mean, he's got the frame to set the edge against the run and the length to disrupt passing lanes. Epinesa isn't a featured pass rusher, but he's exactly the kind of number 3 edge that championship defenses need. A team like Philadelphia or Green Bay that values depth and versatility.
Hey, what y'all Eagles fan think about this?
All over.
I never heard of this guy.
Rodgers, quarterback. Yeah. We've been here before. Last offseason, the Steelers waited and waited.
I mean, they got some new players, though.
Waited for Rodgers to decide if he wanted to keep playing. He eventually signed before minicamp, led Pittsburgh to the AFC North title, and reminded everyone that even at the age of 42, that there's still some magic in that arm. Well, now here we are again. The Steelers have already added DK Metcalf via trade and signed Michael Pittman. They brought in Mike McCarthy, Rodgers' old coach in Green Bay. Everything is set up for a reunion. The only thing missing now is the signature. Rodgers threw for 3,322 yards,
3,000
touchdowns, and just 7 interceptions last year. He went 10-6 as a starter. Is he the MVP version of himself?
Damn.
No. But he's still better than most of the alternatives, and
Mr. Brisson
knows it. Joey Bosa, edge. You know, if you're only looking at sack totals, you might think that Joey Bosa had a great year in Buffalo. I mean,
what Nick?
Sacks doesn't exactly jump off the page. But here's what does. He led the entire NFL in forced fumbles with 5. He racked up 47 pressures, his most since 2021. And Pro Football Focus graded him as their 7th highest pass rushing edge defender. The injuries that plagued him from 2022 to 2023 seem to be in the rear view. And heck, he played 15 games last season. I think the Lions make a ton of sense here. Detroit could really use edge depth opposite Aiden Hutchinson. He's also an intriguing option on the West Coast, pairing Bosa with his brother Nick in San Francisco.
Yeah, I said that too.
That's the kind of storyline that
Nick and Joey?
Joel Bitonio.
Kind of like TJ Watt and JD Watt?
Offensive guard. Quietly one of the best guards of his generation, Joel Bitonio is still playing at a high level entering his age 35 season. The 12 veteran posted a 96.4% pass block win rate in 2025.
95, good.
Best among all qualifying guards while allowing only 2 sacks. Cleveland loaded up on guards this offseason, signing Zion Johnson and Elton Jenkins. Cleveland loaded up.
Yes, like 7, bro.
Signing Zion Johnson and Elton
Just for the backup.
Which signals that they're ready to move on. A contender with a young quarterback like Cincinnati or Denver would be smart to pounce. Bobby Wagner, linebacker. There's not much left to say about Bobby Wagner that hasn't already been said. The future Hall of Famer put up 162 tackles for the Commanders in 2025, entering his age 36 season. He's been doing this for 14 years and somehow keeps defying the aging curve that destroys most linebackers. Washington signed...
I don't know. I feel like, I mean, he is kind of getting older, but I feel like his speed is the only thing that's, like, pushing him away from being a good, like, Pro Bowl.
Signals that they're ready to get younger at the position. And with a new defensive coordinator in Durante Jones, Wagner might be looking for a fresh start anyways. A return to Seattle would be kind of poetic. So would a stint in Denver.
But I feel like if he goes back to the Seahawks, he might as well retire as a Seahawks at that point.
Peyton could really use a quarterback on the defense. Taylor Decker, offensive tackle. For a decade, Taylor Decker was a pillar of the Detroit Lions offensive line. He started 140 games, he protected Matthew Stafford, then Jared Goff. He was as reliable as they come. Then contract negotiations fell apart and, well, he asked for his release. Decker is 32 and coming off a season where his run blocking
I'm already know that,
he's still allowed only 2 sacks and 524 pass blocking snaps. That is tied for 12th fewest among all tackles. The Panthers could use him after Ike Mekwanu's devastating knee injury. Carolina already signed Rasheed Walker, but hey, adding Decker would give them some real depth and veteran leadership for Bryce Young. Jadeveon Clowney, edge. Jadeveon Clowney has now played for 7 teams in the last 8 years. At this point, he is less of a free agent and more of a traveling circus act. Except this circus act had 8.5 sacks for the Cowboys last season. That's the thing about Clowney. The narrative never matches the production. People talk about him like he's washed, but he's hit the 8.5 sack mark in 3 of his last 5 seasons. He ranked 15th in pass rush win rate among edge rushers in 2025. The 49ers desperately need pass rush help after finishing dead last in the league with just 20 sacks. Nick Bosa and Michael Williams are both coming off torn ACLs, so San Francisco can't afford to put all the pressure on them to carry the load. Clowney already has chemistry with the 49ers defensive tackle Osa Odigizua from their time together in Dallas. Honestly, this move should probably happen because, well, it's almost too perfect. Cam Jordan, edge. Cam Jordan will turn 37 this summer and somehow
he might as well stay on the Saints.
Best season since 2021. The Saints legend put up 10.5 sacks, 15 quarterback hits, and 15 tackles for loss. He's now sitting at 132 career sacks, the most in franchise history, and he clearly isn't done yet.
You know what I'm saying? He might as well just stay there.
Chiefs defensive lineman Chris Jones posted 2 words on social media a few weeks ago. Cam Jordan. You see, Kansas City lost a ton of defensive talent this offseason, including Trent McDuffie, Jalen Watson, and Charles Omenihu. They need veteran pass rushers, and Jordan would come relatively cheap while providing instant credibility. At this stage, Jordan just wants to win. If the Chiefs come calling, it is hard to imagine him saying no. Deebo Samuel, wide receiver. Deebo Samuel posted 72 catches for 727 yards and 5 touchdowns with Washington last season. His most receptions since his All-Pro 2021 campaign. But his yards per catch...
he was tough in 2021, bro.
And he was barely using...
Back when he used to wear that, and then he used to do dances and intros and shit.
75 rushing yards. At the age of 30, Samuel is not the game-breaking threat that he once was, but he can still be weaponized in the right system. A creative play caller who knows how to scheme touches for him could unlock something. Broncos have always been the obvious connection for years now. Sean has talked about wanting a...
these jerseys hard here, too.
Been the obvious connection.
These jerseys with the grill combo, that's hard. You just gotta get a visor.
Talked about wanting a joker who can line up anywhere and create mismatches. And well, Samuel fits that mold perfectly. Also, Denver hasn't signed a single external free agent this offseason. Bo Nix certainly could use at his disposal. David Njoku, tight end. Just 2 years ago, David Njoku was a Pro Bowler catching 81 passes for 882 yards despite Cleveland cycling through 5 different quarterbacks. The athletic tools have always been obvious. He's a 6'4" mismatch nightmare with legitimate speed. Then Harold Fannin Jr. arrived, and suddenly Njoku was the odd man out in Cleveland. But for a contender looking for a red zone weapon who won't break the bank, Njoku is worth the gamble. Baltimore brought him in for a visit. Miami has been mentioned, so whoever signs him is getting a player with more left in the tank than last year's numbers really suggest. Mekhi Becton, offensive tackle. Man,
go back to the Eagles,
Mekhi Becton experience has been complicated. The former first-round pick has all the physical tools that you could ever want. 6'7",
he got a championship.
63 pounds, the kind of raw power that can move defenders against their will. But injuries derailed his Jets tenure, and his lone season with the Chargers in 2025 was, well, by all accounts, it was just subpar. But if he ends up with the right system, with the right coaching, well, yeah, that ceiling is still very tantalizing. The Raiders, the Browns, the Titans, any team with offensive line questions and cap flexibility should at least kick the tires here. Trayvon Diggs, cornerback. This signing will be about as boom or bust as it gets. Trayvon Diggs led the NFL with 11 interceptions in 2021. He was a Pro Bowler and he was supposed to be a franchise cornerstone.
How about everybody peaked in 2021?
The next decade. But then...
2021 to 2023.
And the drama. And then the releases. First by the Cowboys, then by the Packers after just a few weeks. In 2025, Diggs played 8 games across 2 teams and recorded 0 interceptions and 0 pass breakups. At the age of 27, he is young enough for a bounce back, but I mean...
I don't know, I thought you should give him some space because of what's been happening, bro.
Flags are everywhere. A team like Atlanta might take a flyer on a low-risk deal, but honestly, this is just a lottery ticket at this point. Donovan Wilson, safety. Every defense needs a tone setter. And Donovan Wilson has been exactly that for the Cowboys. He's not a center field type safety. You're not asking him to cover sideline to sideline. But as a box defender who can mix it up at the line of scrimmage, Wilson is one of the better options still available. The Chargers feel like a perfect fit here. Jim Harbaugh wants toughness and physicality, and Wilson brings both in spades. Jonnu Smith, tight end.
Or another nigga?
Jonnu Smith is a Pro Bowler in Miami.
Oh, we don't need that many.
Pittsburgh traded for him, and everything.
Is that a D-line?
No, the talent is still there. You don't
Here's the tight end.
forget how to create space after the catch, and a team that knows how to use
That would
it
be
could
dead.
get some real value. The Chargers, Eagles, or even a reunion with the Dolphins are all viable landing spots. But hey, which remaining NFL free agent do you
Alrighty
think
then.
your favorite team to sign? What do you think we're right on here? What do you think we're wrong about? Was there anyone notable that we may have missed? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned to...
Alright. Shout out TPS. Both Diggs brothers considered almost toxic. I know he's talking about. Alright, well, shout out to the show in 10 minutes. Not even lie, this is a 10-minute video. It's probably like one of the short videos I made. Alright, well, shout out my boy TPS. Let's make do a prayer quick. But thank you for today. Just hope us have a great off season. I hope all these players be able to make a team and stay out of legal trouble and just make good decisions. And just watch over them. You know, help them never lose sight of you and never forget why you created them. Help them be able to have a healthy family, healthy kids, and just make good decisions and be able to take care of their families. Even if they might have to relocate, help them just have a bigger and better opportunity. Because that's why you put them there. But we'll go over without you. So we can chase my dreams. You know, for me as YouTuber, it's also teach your dreams. And show me love you when nothing without you. And show us how good life you get for some family. Just so many. Alright, man. I'll let y'all just so y'all more videos tomorrow, probably, or today. I might. Peace out.